Hello guys, welcome to this new video. In this video I will be talking about self-love, which is something I struggled a lot when I was younger. Sometimes feeling of not liking yourself creeps in, and it's something that I feel like people need to work on. So let's dive right into it. Some people think that self-love is about the external things like spa days, shopping, or taking yourself out on cute solo dates. And yes, those things can help you feel good, don't get me wrong, but the thing is, on this video, what I want to talk about is more the internal stuff, so things that will make you feel much better on the inside for a very long time, and they make you get to know yourself better. So that's how I built my self-love. So self-love is internal. It's about what do you do when no one is actually watching you. It's how you talk with yourself, it's how you treat yourself, it's the boundaries that you keep, and how you treat your mind every single day. So before we start, I just want to say I'm not an expert on this whole topic. It's just me wanting to share with you the things that helped me with my self-love journey, things that healed me from the inside and out, and they still help me till this day. I hope at least one of these things can help you too. So let's get into it. So the first thing is boundaries and standards. You have to set strong boundaries and standards, because the moment you don't have any boundaries or standards, people will walk on you, they will step on you. So walk away if someone gives you crumbs. Don't be afraid to walk away, or that you will lose them. They are giving you crumbs for a reason, and that reason is because you're not setting any boundaries. You don't have any standards, and that's why they're giving you crumbs, because you're telling them that what you are giving me is enough. So setting boundaries is an act of self-respect, and when you respect yourself, other people would want to respect you too. It teaches others how to treat you, and people who cares about you, they will respect you and they will respect your boundaries. But people who don't respect you, they won't respect your boundaries, and that is that. People who care about you will respect your boundaries, and they will respect you. And people who don't, they won't, and that tells you everything you need to know. So set these boundaries and set these standards. The second thing is ask yourself the hard questions. Sometimes self-love isn't about adding more, but it's about getting honest with yourself. Ask yourself the hard questions, even if the answer hurts. So you can ask yourself questions like, why do I accept less than I deserve? What am I afraid will happen if I stop putting myself first? What part of me do I still avoid and criticize? What are my fears? How do I act when I am angry? All these questions that you would love to know about a person that you love, or your partner, to get to know them deeper. Ask yourself, even if it hurts. In my experience, this was a very hard time when I asked myself and got to know myself much deeper. It took a lot of time, and it will take a lot of thoughts, and you have to really immerse yourself. The whole feeling of you sitting down with yourself and being very honest with yourself. You can't criticize yourself. This is you talking to yourself and you understanding you. Real self-love isn't built on pretending to be fine and to act like everything is fine, because let me tell you, I did that before. I acted like I was fine, I acted like everything was fine, and at the end, I hurt myself and I hurt the people that I love. Real self love is built on awareness. When you ask the hard questions, you start to understand your patterns, your triggers, and your needs, and you really have to know these things about yourself. That's when you start abandoning yourself and start healing. Self reflection is uncomfortable. I have been there, but that's where growth begins. You can't heal what you don't acknowledge, and you can't love what you refuse to see. So if you refuse to see yourself or acknowledge the person that you are, there is no way that you can heal. You have to understand that you need to accept yourself for who you are, the good and the bad. You need to love every bit of yourself. Keep promises to yourself. So when you promise yourself something, do it. This builds self-trust, which is the foundation of self-esteem. Ask yourself, what would my higher self do? Every time you keep a promise, you rewire your brain to believe in you. And every time you follow through, even on something small, acknowledge it. This reinforces positive behavior and reminds your subconscious mind, I can rely on myself. Also, we fail to keep promises, and that is normal. So don't go around trying to criticize yourself for forgetting this promise, because let me tell you, it is normal. So don't be hard on yourself, because being hard on yourself sometimes can make you so negative, and that's not a way to show love to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Reflect, adjust, and try again. Self-trust grows through consistency and not perfection. We are not perfect. When you make a mistake, you need to trust yourself that if you make a mistake, you can learn from that mistake. You don't have to be the worst judge and judge yourself because you didn't keep a promise. And that takes us to the next tip or practice, which is celebrate yourself. Self-love isn't about achieving big goals. It's about noticing the little things you do for yourself. For example, one morning I woke up and what I thought was, today I'm going to make myself happy. It's a very simple thought, but I celebrated that intention. I praised myself for choosing joy, for prioritizing my own well-being. And throughout that day, when I chose to be happy, I was happy throughout the whole day. And because I celebrated myself, I trusted myself more because I had that intention. And that intention made me so happy throughout the whole day. And whatever came my way, I saw it in a more positive way. It doesn't have to be that big for you to celebrate yourself. Every single moment you choose yourself, celebrate yourself. Also, choose people who choose you back. If you are always convincing someone to stay in your life, that's not love. That's self-abandonment. You're leaving yourself behind every time you're trying to chase someone. The thing is, when someone decides to leave you and you're trying to convince this person to stay in your life, you put so much energy on these people and you are chasing them. You are forgetting yourself, you are at the back, but they're just moving forward with their life, but you're still stuck trying to make this person choose you. So don't convince any person to stay in your life. The people that want to stay in your life, they will stay. Real love is mutual effort. So sit back and observe who matches your energy and who doesn't. If people don't match your energy, then that says it all. And if people matches your energy, then you got your answer. You understand that, okay, these people are my people. And if one day they choose not to be in your life, then that's it. You can try to understand why they're leaving. Maybe they have a tough situation. You need to understand you can't force people to stay with you. You just need to let go of anyone who doesn't choose you, because when you release what's not meant for you, you make space for what is. And that is one of the lessons that taught me a lot. And let yourself be you fully. Self-love is about showing up as your true self without hiding behind a mask or trying to please everyone. Often we shrink or hide parts of ourselves because we are afraid we will get judged or people might think we are cringe. But suppressing who you are, you create internal tension and it keeps you from feeling free and happy. So don't try to fit in groups or in situations that doesn't make you happy, because at the end, self-love is about you feeling good about yourself from the inside and out. But if you are forcing yourself to be with some people or to be in a situation where you feel uncomfortable, that's you neglecting yourself and your needs and your happiness just to fit in somewhere. An example, before I was always judging myself before anyone else could, thinking that my thoughts or my actions were cringe, weird, or not good enough. But the truth is, that was only a lack of self-love. I was not loving myself enough, so I always criticized myself. I always made myself feel so little. No one else did it. No one else told me I was cringe. No one else told me I am embarrassing. But I was telling myself that before even hearing it from anyone else. When you judge yourself first, you give your power away. Real self-love starts when you stop criticizing yourself and start accepting who you are, flaws and all. So cry when you feel like you need to. Laugh loudly. Be cringe. Like, what is even being cringe? People have made it sound like it's something bad, but what is cringe? Cringe is only when you think it's cringe. So your feelings are valid. Expressing them authentically helps release stress and it builds self-acceptance. So accept yourself. You don't need any external acceptance. You don't need people to validate who you are and to accept who you are. You need to accept yourself first for other people to accept who you are. If you feel ashamed of yourself for being who you are, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Who told me this part of me isn't okay? And maybe it's something that someone, I don't know how many years ago, told you, and now it's stuck in your head, and that is just a perception of who that person is. It's really not about you. Understand the root of your shame helps you reclaim your power. So embrace your quirks, your habits, and your style. The things that makes you too much are actually what makes you magnetic. These are the things that makes you you. And do not talk down on yourself, even as a joke. That has so much power on how you see yourself and on how you will respect yourself and how much love you have for yourself. Because words are powerful and your brain believes what you say. So if you repeat it, that's what your brain will understand, that, oh, wait, I am this type of thing. I am this type of bad thing. Be gentle with your inner voice and if you wouldn't say that to your younger self or to someone that you love, don't say that to yourself. People mirror your energy, so when you respect yourself and you value yourself, they do too. But if you, for example, jokingly say something bad about yourself, that's how people will treat you, because you are treating yourself that way. So why would someone respect you if you're not even respecting yourself? Don't talk down on yourself just to make someone laugh. Are you a joke? Why are you doing that? You're not a joke. Talking down on yourself, it's not acceptable. And if someone talks down on you, look at them and ask them, are you done? Should I laugh now? For you to make other people happy or laugh, you bring down yourself and you make jokes about yourself. That behavior, you should not accept it from anybody, even from yourself. I started my journey with chakra healing about almost a year and a half ago, and the way I changed really showed a difference in how I felt and acted. I worked on all of the chakras, so I have right now worked from root up to the third eye chakra. Why I'm doing all of them? Because I want to create a balance from start to end. Working on them helped me release blockage, process my emotions, and show up more confidently in my life. The chakra that I struggled with the most was the throat chakra. Why I struggled with that one? Because when I was younger, I was a really shy and quiet person. When I was around people, I did overthink everything I wanted to say. I had so much thoughts in my head trying to share with the people that I was around. My mouth used to open, or I felt like my mouth was trying to say something but nothing would come out, and I sometimes even started to cold sweat, and I felt stuck and unheard even in simple conversations. So that was the chakra that when I removed the blockages from it really helped me a lot. Like nowadays I can have a full conversation with whoever, even in bigger groups, and I don't feel like I will be stuck anywhere. Like I can say whatever I want, whatever I feel. Another self-love tip that I have is listen to your body. So self-love isn't just mental or emotional, but it's also physical. Give your body what it needs, not just what it craves. So there is a difference between needs and craves. Rest when you need to, move your body, and eat in a way that gives you energy. Self-love isn't always pretty. Sometimes it's saying no to going out with your friends, turning off your phone, and just choosing your peace. When your body sends you signals, learn to listen, and that is a form of self-love. Your body tells you a lot about how you're feeling from the inside, so you need to listen to it. That's how sometimes when you get pimples on your forehead, on your chin, what is that saying? And it's like your body talks to you. So when your body sends you signals, learn to listen to it. Also, you need to forgive yourself loudly. Stop giving yourself a hard time. You can't heal by punishing yourself. Whenever you notice that you're criticizing yourself or you call yourself names, forgive yourself loud and say, I forgive myself. I'm learning. Because you are learning. You can't be born knowing everything. Because we humans, we're not perfect. We are learning every single day. We learn new things. So cut yourself some slack. And forgiving yourself out loud, you teach yourself and you teach your nervous system safety and peace. And you need that. You need the safety and peace. Also, get to know yourself better. Spend time with yourself. So let me ask you this question. How can you love someone you don't even know? Think about it. We spend so much time getting to know others, friends, partners, even coworkers, but we rarely sit down and give ourselves the time to know ourselves or to understand ourselves. Who are you? What do you stand for? What do you like? What are your dislikes? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? These are questions only you can answer. But have you ever actually sat down with yourself and asked yourself these questions? When you understand your likes, your dislikes, and passion, you start building a relationship with yourself. We don't only build relationships with other people, but we have to build a relationship with ourselves. It's about exploring your strength and embracing your imperfections. Nobody is perfect, but when you acknowledge yourself, you can grow into your best self. So, one of the best ways to get to know yourself is through solitude. Spend time alone. No scrolling and no distraction. Just being there alone with yourself. Meditation, journaling, take a walk, or sit quietly with your thoughts. These are some type of examples where you are alone with yourself. When you do these things, you start hearing your inner voice again, the one that has been drowned from all the other noises. Find yourself in distractions. Whenever I felt empty, I wanted to distract myself. My thoughts usually wanted to fall back my old patterns, where I wanted to just play a game or scroll through social media. A practice that really helped me to be more in the present instead of running away from myself. I paused and I just allow myself to feel whatever I am feeling at that moment, and as long as I needed. And later, I took that thought and I rewired it. For example, sometimes I used to feel like time have stopped for me. While everyone else around me are moving, I am standing still and I see time moving, but I'm just there. So I felt the feeling, and then I rewired my brain by thinking that everyone have their own times and everyone have different paths, and whatever is meant for me will never miss me. Other times I had my favorite tea and I wrote about my feelings. That is also something that have helped me a lot, and still whenever I have these feelings, emotions, or these thoughts, when I have time off, I sit down and just journal about it and try to understand why I'm having these thoughts. Sitting with your feelings means you validate your feelings, and this is a strong form of self-love. And this is the end of the video. These are the things that helped me a lot in my self-love journey. If you are on your self-love journey, I wish you the best, and I hope that you will find yourself and that you will love yourself more every single day. Even if it's a tiny bit, you are going somewhere, and celebrate that. Celebrate yourself every day through big or small things. And thank you.